Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Juan the Yarn Addict, and today I have a few acquisitions as well as a few pieces of Happy Mail to share with you. So if that is of interest to you, please sit back and enjoy the video. Before we get started, please remember to hit the like button, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already, and then of course share the video. I would definitely appreciate the support. So our acquisitions come to us today from Temu as well as from Amazon. I needed some retail therapy as of late. I placed some orders, they're here, and I'm super excited to share them with you. It's not a lot, so I don't think the video is going to be too long, but I do have a story behind the purchase. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the Temu order. I placed this order about a month ago. It came in about 2 weeks ago, and since it's been sitting in the dining room. So I thought, well, I ordered from Amazon, let's put it all together and show you the things. Well, as I was preparing this video, it turns out that I ordered yarn from Temu that happens to be the same yarn I ordered from Amazon. So I completely forgot that I placed the first order. Well, I knew I ordered Temu yarn, but I wasn't exactly sure which Temu yarn I ordered. So anyway, let's just dig right into this. Here is the bag. So I pre-opened it just to save us some time. And it is the Fairyland yarn. So I ordered 2 4-packs of this Fairyland yarn. Here it is. I'm just going to take one out of the package to share with you. Fairyland right there. Very, very nice. So it's 100 grams. It's 245 meters for the cake. It doesn't give yardage on this cake, but it's very, very, very soft. And they are suggesting a 2.5 millimeter to a 4 millimeter crochet hook and knitting needle. It's hand wash, lay flat to dry. Very, very vibrant there. Super, super nice. It doesn't really give much outside of that. And I'm looking on the outside of the package. Sometimes the Temu packages have these labels where it has more information. These packages do not have that. So 245 meters per cake, easily over 250 yards. So I want to say a little over 1,000 yards per pack. And from Temu, I have about 2,000 yards of yarn. There's no colorway name. It says color 1162, lot number 241221, and it's all the same lot number, both packages. And yeah, it just says long distance cake ball. I'll give you a close-up of what that looks like. And so that's pretty much it. That's literally the only thing that I ordered from Temu. I just loved the browns and the blues. Super, super nice. Now, full disclosure, I ordered this yarn previously about 2 or 3 months ago and never used it. So it went out in a package. And then right after that, I said, you know, I never got a chance to try the yarns, so why not order more? So that's what I did. I ordered more. So there is that. And I'm just going to jump right into my Amazon box here. And with the Amazon box, I ordered just 1 4-pack. And this 4-pack actually comes with crochet hooks. It was part of their, I believe it was Prime Day deal, I'm not sure. Or it may have been the sale after the Prime Day sale, because I just placed this order not too long ago. So let's just dig into this and see. Is it the same exact yarn or not? I'm going to open this up. And it is. The lot numbers are exactly the same, as well as the color number. So this 4-pack here was from Amazon, color 1162, and this cake here is from Temu. 1162, everything is exactly the same. The difference was the price. So I have to tell you, I paid, well, let me show you the crochet hooks. So we have two hooks here. One hook says 6.5 millimeters, and the other one says a 6 millimeter hook, which I find strange because the hook suggestion on the cake says 2.5 millimeter to a 4 millimeter. So I'm not really sure why they sent thick hooks, considering the recommended size was a lot smaller. But that's okay. We're going to make it work regardless. So in terms of price, for the two hooks and the 4 cakes, I paid $24 US dollars. 24 US dollars for this. And I believe right now on Amazon, you're going to find it for about that much. It may be $22 to $24, somewhere in the realms of those two numbers for these 4. Now, for the 4 cakes that I got off of Temu, times 2 of course, let me just put it together like this. I paid $10. I paid $10 for 4 cakes on Temu when I made this purchase. It was so nice that I bought it twice. That's the whole reason why I purchased 2 packs, 2 4-packs, because it was $10. I said, wait, that's too good to be true. 1,000 yards of yarn for $10? Wow. So yeah, that's kind of how this even happened. So now I have 12 cakes of this yarn, over 3,000 yards, and just in terms of yardage, I have enough for a cardigan, I have enough for a raglan top, I have enough for quite a bit. If I wanted to crochet a blanket, I could definitely do that. Actually, if I did a blanket, I would need another 4-pack. Yeah, or 2, depending on how big I would want it. But these colors are undeniable. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Super, super nice. Those browns with the blue. Oh yeah. I could easily see this as a top. 100% for sure. I just wish I understood like where I could find the composition. Based on how this feels, it feels like there's a cotton acrylic blend. Just based on the feel. Yeah. Maybe a polyester as well. I'm going to have to look this up, and I will recap in the comments once I figure that out. But I have a feeling this is a cotton and acrylic blend at the very least. So stay tuned for that. I'm very excited about this Fairyland yarn, especially getting it from Temu for as much as I purchased it for. I mean, 4 cakes for $10? I don't think that happens too often. I know like they have those deals, those last minute deals, and I think that's kind of how I found that. I don't know if it's the regular price. In fact, I'm sure it's not the regular price, but I saw the deal and I jumped right on it. Okay, so what else did I get from Amazon? So I also picked up some macrame cord. So I have 3 of these spools of macrame cord. It's 100% cotton, and I got the thinner macrame cord. I believe it's the 2.5 millimeter macrame cord. It doesn't really have much information on the spool here, but I believe it's somewhere in the realms of 200 to 300 yards per spool. And I want to make a bag. I hope I'm able to make a bag. If I can't make a bag, definitely a table runner. I haven't ever made a table runner before, and so I may jump into the ring with that. I'm going to give it a try. Another bag or a table runner for sure. So the colorway is Ecru, and unfortunately there's no information on here except for the fact that this was made in China, as was the Fairyland yarn. The Fairyland yarn is also made in China. So there's that. Okay. All right. I also purchased some other items. I purchased a circular knitting needle set as well as a crochet hook set. So I will start with the crochet hook set. Here it is. And I'm just going to pop it open. Crinkle alert. And here's a close-up of the package. We have a zipper pouch or zipper pack. It opens up, and this is what it looks like. So I intentionally ordered an all black interchangeable crochet hook set because I don't have one, and I thought that was totally cool. So let me just get this hook out. It's quite heavy. I didn't think it was as heavy as it is, but let's just take a look. Okay, so this is weighty. It's metal. It feels similar to the Furls Odyssey, the weight of the Furls Odyssey. Do I have that hook in the room here? Let me take a quick look. Yes, I do. So the handle is slightly larger than the Furls Odyssey, which I was super excited about when I read that it was 7 inches long. I actually feel it's longer than 7 inches. Do I have a, let me see. I don't have measuring tape here. That's okay. I will look further into this. I have a feeling this is longer than 7 inches for sure. But this here is a 10 millimeter US letter N, and it's screwed on very easily, and I don't foresee this sliding off very easily or becoming undone. So let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different sizes, and it starts with a 3 millimeter hook head. 3 millimeter hook head, and then it goes up every half size. So a 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, a 6, 6.5, 7, and then it goes to an 8, a 9, and then a 10. So yes, the only reason why I decided to go with all black is because I thought it was pretty cool. That's literally the reason. I'm like, ooh, that's awesome. All black, and it's metal, and it's weighty, and I do like the heavier hooks. I don't mind it. I'm very curious on how this works up because I do see a bevel on both sides. So it will hold the yarn. And yeah, so I'm going to play with this. I may do a review on this. Stay tuned. All right, let me just put this back on the handle and slide this back in. And that's kind of how it sits. And that's pretty much it as far as this crochet hook set. It does have like this pocket here, and this doesn't feel like super deluxe by any stretch of the imagination. This does feel like very cardboardy with just fabric wrapped around and sewed on. But the weight of the hooks, pretty awesome. I do like how they feel in my hand. So far, first impressions. I have no idea how they work with yarn, so I'm going to play with it, and I will get back to you on what that's all about. All right? So next, I'm very excited about this. This here is Knit Picks Options Interchangeable 4-Square Needle Set. So the name of this is Majestic Wood Set. So this is what it looks like up close. Now I'm going to take this out of the package. Crinkle alert. Okay, and there it is. We can see it a little better. Of course, it's on the dark side, but I fell in love with these because of the jewel tones. And in addition to that, I don't own a wood set of interchangeable knitting needles. So I thought to myself, well, why not treat yourself one? So let me just pull out the 6.5 millimeters. This is what it looks like. Very, very nice. 5 inches. And this is what the other end looks like. Super nice. And we have here a 3.5, 3.75, a 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, and an 8. Very nice. And then we have the stoppers and all the fixings stuffed into the back there. So I'm very excited about this. Actually, I just realized these are pockets. So these little pockets house the cords. It doesn't really help that it's see-through. You can't really see it as well as I can in person. But we have the cords, and then we have these little pouches with keys to kind of hold everything nice and tight. I'm very excited about this. So yeah, I plan on playing with this and telling you guys all about it. Super, super excited about that. So that is pretty much it in terms of what I purchased from Amazon and Temu. Not too much, right? So next, I have some Happy Mail. So I'm going to start with the Happy Mail that came to me from Yarnie. So you guys know, if you've been watching me, I absolutely love recipe books. So vintage pattern books, knit, crochet, doesn't matter. Anything from yesteryear, I absolutely love it. And Yarnie knows that, and she sent me some things. And so I'm super excited to share this with you guys. Here's the first one. So I'm just going to pop this open. She told me they were coming. I just don't know what they are. I do like surprises. So let's just open this up. Okay, there's a piece of paper here. Okay, so Afghans for all seasons in crochet. All right, here it is. Very, very nice. I do have another edition of this book. I have, I believe, the sister book to this book. And this is copyright 1993. Very, very nice. Lots of beautiful pictures. So this is definitely vintage. Anything older than 20 years, we consider vintage. And so, yeah, we have definite vintage patterns here. And oh, look at that. If you don't know that, or if you don't know this, I play stringed instruments. So I get super excited when I see them. I don't know. I geek out when I see it. Anyway, so we have tons of patterns here. I can't wait to dig into this. I may show this on an upcoming session of Crochet with JTYA, which I do on Sunday mornings at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. I bring vintage patterns and things like that, of course, older than 20 years. And we look at all the wonderful pictures of projects from yesteryear. So yeah, can't wait to dig into this. All right, so she sends us another one. Let me go ahead and open this. Crinkle alert. And let's see. We have Afghans for all seasons. Another edition in hardback. I love these books. They're so, so good. I don't have this one, but this one is from 2001. So yes, another vintage book. Love that. So again, this is for another session of Crochet with JTYA where we'll go through the patterns and we'll take a look at all the wonderful, oh, look at that. That's super, super nice. I love the pastel colors. Minus a few shades, of course, but that's fine. We have some fillet work there. And the funny thing about these Afghan books, especially when the editions are back to back, you will find that a lot of the recipes that are in the older books get brought forward to the more recent books. So every time you see one of these, there may be some older recipes peppered in there. So I am absolutely positive that when we go to look at this one, this is the older one, we will find some recipes from this book in this book. book, because you never know who will come across these books. The person buying the more recent book won't really know that it was also in this book, a few years prior. So that's why I feel it's always good to have a few editions of these so you can kind of see how it matriculates from book to book to book. So yeah, super, super awesome. Thank you so much, Lanny, for the treat. And I do plan on looking at this after the video. Okay, so last but certainly not least, I do have a piece of Happy Mail coming to us from across the pond. A good friend of the channel, her name is Snowy Cat. I absolutely love the name Snowy Cat. I tell her all the time. She sends us a piece of wonderful Happy Mail here. She did reach out and tell me that it was coming. She didn't tell me what was in it. She just said, you can open it on camera if you want and enjoy. So let's do the things. Okay, let's see. To Juan from Snowy Cat. It's okay to read this out, but you don't have to. Well, of course I'm going to read it out. Here it says, go nuts on your birthday. Yes, I do have a birthday coming up at the end of the month. And here we go. It says, hi Juan, happy birthday. I hope this reaches you in time. I think the mail from the UK is sent across the pond by rowing boat. That's why it takes so long. I put these vintage patterns together for you before you started the Sunday podcasts. I inherited these from my mom when she passed in 2011 at the age of 89. She didn't crochet those, so I think the crochet patterns were my mom's mom. I've got loads more, but I want you to have these because I know you will cherish them like I do. I've been a subscriber to your channel since last summer and a member since November, 8 months. I love all your podcasts, whatever the content, and and I always comment on the ones I've watched. I especially love the community you have created. I feel I have made many new friends, even though I have never met any of them. I've had some pretty dark times over the past 2 years, and you and the lovely people in the community have kept me strong. The enclosed black yarn is definitely vintage. The co-op used to be a department store that sold everything from homeware to toys. Sadly, now it is just a food supermarket. The yarn is probably from the 80s, but it could have been from the 60s or 70s. I've also included a stitch marker, a progress keeper for your collection. Love and best wishes, Snowy Cat. Thank you so much for this. This is great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And look at what the squirrel is doing. I love it. It's so, so good. All right, let's look into the bag here for the goodies. Here we have some, let's see, it's yarn 60 wool, 40 nylon, double knit. So DK weight, number 3. I know it's black, but like, it feels amazing. Super, super nice. So one for you, one for me. I know we know what black looks like. However, let's just look at that. So this is 60 wool, 40 nylon. It's DK weight yarn, number 3. The shade is black, made in Great Britain, net weight 25 grams. So very, very small. And it does say co-op on the ball band right here in the corner. C-O-O-P. Super, super awesome. All right. Next, we have some goodies. We have some recipe goodies. Oh, look at this. Hold on. There's a stitch marker placemaker right here. Look at that. It's a hand. I love it. So, so good. Thank you so much, Snowy Cat. I'm going to add this with my collection. It says handmade on the hand. Handmade right there. Very nice. All right. So we have this plastic cover, which is really, really nice. Oh, wow. Look at this. Wow. This is amazing. Love it. So this was printed in London. It says on the back. I don't know if they put their publication dates on here. I don't see it, but that's okay. Next, we have This here is Patton's Quicker Knit Pram Set in 2 sizes. Very nice. I'm going to open this up on the inside to see if there is a print year on here. And no, that's okay. Look at that. Wow. So this is a twin set, Best Way leaflet. And let me see, the copyright, there's a copyright on here. No date. Wow. It's crochet too. So I'm curious to know if these are British terms or US terms. I'll have to look into that. We have Weldon's leaflet right there. And I really like the fact that there's a ruler on the side of the leaflet. Super nice. And it's got motif recipes in here. Very, very nice. Next, we have Wendy Wear, number 712. This is Woolcrafts. And there's that. This is amazing. Like, definite time capsule. Love this. This is so, so great. Wow. Okay, and again, we have the ruler on the side of the leaflet. Very nice. And let me see. Fashion Fleck double knitting or double knitting nylonized. Okay. 38 to 44 inch chest, 6pence. Wow. And here, best-selling knitting designs of 1960. Wow. Look at this. So, so great. Absolutely love it. We have Big Ben for both. Wow. So we have this one on the front, and then we have this one on the back. Very, very nice. Almost done, just a few more to go. So coffee cloth in Arden's crochet cotton. I'm amazed at how popular these were. That's great. So we have that. Very nice. I'll have to do some research to see exactly how old these are, since I don't see a date on any of them. So we have this one here, another Wendy recipe. Very nice. We have a women's weekly recipe here from a magazine. For lovers of fine things, there's this table cover. That's a recipe, and then they offer a close-up image. Very nice. And then Grace in Favor, so we have some doilies for the table. And then on the back, we have the recipe. Wow, what a treat. And I'm super, super happy that we have the plastic protector to house these in, just to make sure that they stay in the condition that they are in. And I will definitely be showcasing these in an upcoming Sunday, especially with the age of these. I mean, you can tell just by the paper alone that they've been around for quite a while. So I may have to put some of these in their own plastic protectors, which I do have. Super, super nice. Okay, so that is all I have for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to do all the things. Hit the thumbie, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. It's absolutely free. And by the way, if you're already subscribed, you don't need to do anything. If you're subscribed and you click that button, it'll unsubscribe you. So make sure you only click it once, and then of course share the video. I would definitely appreciate the support. So that is all I have. And until the next one, take care. Bye.